Yeah.
And it's Two Loves.
Two Loves, another military song.
Yeah, they seem to have a lot of military.
Yeah, at that particular time, like I was saying earlier, 68, 69, 70, the Irish soldiers, like, it was the time, And there was a lot of, it was the beginning of the, what we call the civil rights thing in Northern Ireland and the border areas. And military stuff was coming into, everyone was talking.
Military.
Yeah. And Sean Dunphy, he sang for Ireland at Eurovision.
Oh, that's right. Walking the streets in the rain.
Walking the streets in the... No.
No, was he?
No, that was Butch Moore.
Oh, that was... see,
Patsy, hello.
I'm only putting you on the spot to see, do you know what you're talking about?
The Hills of Clare.
The Hills of Clare is right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not sure. I think he might have won it with that, or second. But it was a big hit for Sean Dunphy too. Right. And we'd like also to know where Sean Dunphy is now and what's he doing.
Yeah.
I think a son of his is playing with the High Kings. Sings with the High Kings. Sean Dunphy's son.
Right. Yeah. So he could be in America, Sean, would he be?
He could be, or Canada, I'm not quite sure. It'd be nice to know if people would let us know what they know.
Get in touch with us and let us know. Even if he came across it himself and was listening.
Yeah.
He could let us know.
If he has a laptop.
If he has a laptop or a computer.
We'll listen to it, will we?
Yeah, we'll listen to it.
A group of young soldiers one night in a camp were talking of sweethearts they had. All would be glad, but for one Irish lad who looked very downhearted and sad. I say, won't you join us? Said one of the boys. Surely you love someone too. He lifted his head and proudly he said, yes, I'm in love with two. One has hair of silvery grey, the other has hair of gold. One is young and beautiful, the other is bent and old. Those are the two that are dear to me. From them I never will part. For one is my mother, God bless her, I love her. And the other is my sweetheart. My sweetheart was only a poor country girl to whom I intended to be wed. But my father says no, this cannot be so. You must marry a lady instead. Those are the two that are dear to me. From them I never will part. For one is my mother, God bless her, I love her. And the other is my sweetheart. For one is my mother, God bless her, I love her, and the other is my sweetheart.
That was on the Dolphin record.
That was on the Dolphin, yeah. It was brought out in 1968.
Yeah. Well, the first time I heard that song was in Eddie Gorman's in Cavan, Main Street, sung by Foley Roke.
Yes.
In the back. Yeah.
Well, there was a great friend of mine from a place called Arva,
right,
where the three provinces meet, in Cavan, and he was in the army himself, but all the family were beautiful singers, class singers, you know.
Right.
He could have made a career of singing, but this was his party piece, Two Loves, you know, and he'd have everyone in the place crying before it'd be finished, you know, including himself. and Sean Dunphy, as I said, he represented Ireland in the Eurovision song contest and done very well at the time. And Sean is, I'm nearly sure Sean is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, so if we could find out where he is. And
it'd be nice to know if someone...
You could talk to him.
Yeah, people could get back to us. And even Sean, if you're ever listening to this show, you know who we are.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, the next one is a release record, and it's Pat Roper.
Pat Roper on release. Yeah, they came on the market with, like I said, Irish. This was one of the first companies to set up a label, apart from the British and American companies in Ireland. It was formed. They were formed by Jimmy Smith and some of the Mighty Evans and Eddie Masters, like I said, and I can't think of his name in a few minutes.
We'll listen to the song and then we'll...
Mick Clarkin. Mick Clarkin was head of Release Records.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of artists on it. Pat Roper in the Spotlights, 1971.
Yeah, the Ringium of the War.
Yeah. Big hit for him, too.
Yeah. We'll give it a spin.
Give it a lash.
Yeah. Wind up the machine there.
An old man was bidding his daughter goodbye. His roof she was leaving that day. You're going to be married, he said with a sigh. From the old home you're going away. I can't give you riches, it's true, but here is a gift I have treasured for you. It's the ring your mother wore on the day she took my name. Just a plain gold band I placed on her hand when my partner in life she became. It's a simple gift, I know, but my fondest thought will be, may it bring the joy to you and your boy that it brought to your mother and me. He said you must both pull together in life and treat all your cares with a smile. Remember your mother and be a good wife. She was loving and true all the while. And darling, wherever you go, this keepsake will bring you good fortune, I know. It's the ring your mother wore on the day she took my name. Just a plain gold band I placed on her hand when my partner in life she became. It's a simple gift, I know,
we found out that poor Sean has died in 2011.
That's a pity. No,
Yeah.
he was very good.
He was second place in 1967.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
the Eurovision.
He was a fine singer and very, very popular on the Irish circuit. He emigrated, I think, to Canada.
Yeah.
You know, some years ago. A lot of when the showband thing started to die and the disco thing was coming in, Sean and a lot of them, like Butch Moore, and they moved abroad.
Yeah.
And Canada was like a second Ireland. Showbands were very, very popular in Canada. Very, very popular.
And
especially
Pat Roper.
with Pan Roper, and he had a big hit with The Ring Your Mother Roar. Around that time in the 70s, early 70s, the band started recording a lot of old time waltzes. It was like a change from the Irish ballads. They started recording like old time waltzes for dancing, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And Pan Roper, I'm not quite sure where Pat was from. I think he was down somewhere in Kilkenny or Tipperary, down that end of the country.
There was a magazine called The Spotlight. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Indeed, I do.
Yeah.
I still have some of them.
How you have?
I have, yeah. This was a release records set up by a cameraman, Mick Clarkin, and a couple of the boys from the Mighty Havens. Mick was the manager of the Mighty Havens at the time.
Right.
And it gave a great push for Irish local artists, you know. And Pat Roper would be one of the first of them. So record was at that time they had released about this one would be 568 was the number of this record.
That was 500.
So I'll tell you how early on in the catalogue it was.
Yeah.
You know, and they had on the B side the Northern Lights of Old Aberdeen, which another old time waltz. There were waltzing all over Ireland at that time.
The Ruby record now, Ruby label.
Ruby.
And it's Ian Corrigan and the Lakes and Vales of Breffni.
Yeah. It was wrote by Father Tom O'Reilly, the Lakes and Vales of Breffni. And that was Corrigan and the Country Folk. This was after he'd left the Halos and before he joined the casino.
Right.
And in his earlier career, he had sang with Philomena Begley in a traditional Philomena had a Cayley band at the time in Tyrone before she
went to country. Yeah.
And this was another setup of a record label, Ruby, that some of the bands started just
doing their own record labels.
And their own record labels to just save money and
save the
type
cost.
of thing. Yeah. We will have a listen to it.
Yeah, of course we will.
All ye lakes and vales of Breffni, come listen to my plea. Your charm and beauty haunts me. With you I long to be. Like most your sons and daughters, I've traveled far over the sea to lands of wealth and splendor. I heard was there for me, to London, Paris, and New York. I've worked and earned my way. I saw